Hello, wonderful people of the internet. Today I wanted to talk about a little realisation that I've been reminded of. It's been about a month since I finished my exams, but in a sense, the stress of my exams has kind of transferred onto my summer, and I've kind of struggled with this feeling of I have things that I need to do, so I need to sort out things for next year, and I need to do productive things with my time. And I'm sitting here like I just don't know what to do, and when I say I don't know what to do, it's kind of like I don't know how much is actually in my control and how much isn't, which means that I end up worrying about a whole load of things. Like, I imagine so many scenarios, and they're not necessarily bad scenarios, it's just scenarios that I have no idea whether they will come to fruition or not. And it's just, today I think has reminded me that it's just really important to do what you can, but then just to leave it, because you'll do what you can, you'll put whatever good you can into the world. But what I was reminded of today, on top of that feeling, was the idea that any plans that we make are technically plans for a time that hasn't even happened yet. And I was reading an article, and it was really, really interesting. I'll leave it below. The article was to do with why we're not built to live in the present, and it was talking about how it's because we generally live in the future. Like, a lot of our time is spent making plans, imagining things. And the example it uses in the article is talking about how, for example, you make a restaurant reservation for this Friday, for example, and this relies on the idea, on the promise that whoever's running the restaurant will open their restaurant on Friday when it comes, and you will be able to have a meal there, and that you will turn up, and that you will fulfill your reservation. And it's just really interesting to me to think about how so much of our lives are revolve around us making plans and thinking about how we want the future to turn out and how it will pan out for us. And the other part of the article that I found really, really amazing was talking about how, even a lot of the reasons why we do what we do on a daily basis tend to be because obviously we're thinking about, the repercussions of what we're going to do today will have on tomorrow. So, for example, the example that was given in the article, again, I'm going to keep pulling things from there because it's really, really good, was talking about how, for example, if a co-worker asks you to come to their house for a party, and then you have to think about how you don't necessarily like him, but you can't, you already said no to him before, and you can't, you're always weighing things up and always thinking about what the future repercussions will be if you said yes and if you said no. There's always the future to think about, but the thing is, everything in the future is always hypothetical, it's always up here. Obviously there are some things you can know, but that's still hypothetical. There's always things that we don't know about the future. And I think that's something really interesting to remember, because no matter how much we plan and no matter how much we think we can do, sometimes we just have to do what we can for now and then leave it. Because if we're worrying about a day that hasn't even happened yet and about possibilities that haven't even opened up yet, so, there are some things where we can think that everything is lost, but that's today, and a lot of the time we have more time. And believing that everything is lost when we still have time in our hands just can't be right. We just can't keep living believing that everything is set in stone, because there are so many things we don't know. So basically, in essence, today I have been reminded that I can't worry about everything, because there has got to be a way that everything works out, and I've got to believe that it's out there. And I have to remember that there are some things I can do and some things I can't do, but ultimately, hopefully, whatever happens will be for the best and will reflect whatever I'm able to put out there. So yeah, I hope that made sense, but it was something that I realised today, and it felt really good because it reminded me that there's only so much I can do, and that's okay. That is completely okay. So yeah, I'm sorry I look like a bit of a mess. I am a bit of a mess. Thank you so much for watching. Do tell me how you've been below, because it's been a little while again. Thank you so much for watching. Okay, I am going to do... Okay, I need to figure this out. So I'm going to do... So we're going to put subscribey thing here and a video over here. And if you'd like to check out the article, I would highly, highly recommend it. It's really, really good. It will be in the description below. So, thank you so much for watching. Have a wonderful time doing what you're doing, and I'll see you next time. Bye, guys.